Geekdom, it's for everyone, and all of these fandoms are for everyone, and no matter what kind of a geek or what kind of a fan you are, or whoever you are, yeah, you were once a novice at something, and something definitely got you into that thing that you are very obsessed with. Just look at me and my very cool Devil May Cry shirt. And well, yeah, we're here to figure out how we got started and how we basically became geeks in the first place. So before that, let us introduce ourselves once again. Here you are in the After Dark Culture Pit podcast. Paolo, Bon, Gab, and Seb. I don't know who I'm pointing at anymore. Who cares?
You got all those wrong.
I got all of those wrong. Probably, maybe. So here we are, guys. Here we are again in another episode of the After Dark podcast. How's everyone doing today?
Sleepy,
Terrible.
dude.
But do we have a choice?
New haircut.
I mean, we don't.
You
And Bon got a new haircut. I like the hair.
Nice hair.
I like the hair. I
I don't
really
know
like the hair.
what led
Yeah,
me to
I'm also
making the decision of getting a haircut, but here we are.
You look good, man. I mean, like, honestly, objectively, you look... Yeah, it suits you, man. All you have to do is, like, have a bunch
Let's
of,
get
like,
to the
food
episode.
in front of you.
No, wait. Hold on. I just want to say one last thing about Bon's hair. I loved your work in Dexter's laboratory.
Could you do the laugh?
You're my favorite
Could you do the laugh?
laboratory
I wanna-
character.
Can you do the laugh? I want him to do the laugh, just, like, a little bit.
How does it go again?
Oh, fuck, I
After
love your
dark,
work.
people. After dark.
Oh man, Bon Dark is the best Bon. Anyway, so yeah, before we get to our main topic for tonight, I just want to talk about a couple of things that I know there's not a lot of things happening right now. But we did get that super cool poster for the new Batman movie. Now I'm
Hold on,
not
bro.
sure.
There is a lot happening right now. Hold the fuck down.
Actually, well, there you
All
go.
right, we got our first look at Black Adam, for one.
Oh yeah.
We got a teaser for Snyder Cut, which is just the bee's knees.
Mhm.
And yeah,
That was
that
nice.
thinly art piece of what will be a full look at Robert Pattinson. So
I
yeah,
like that.
I'm DC
I'm okay with that costume. I'm pretty okay with it. Like I
And
saw.
wait, dude, the biggest
Yeah.
fucking piece of news: Ben Affleck is Batman again.
Yes.
He is
Yes.
Batman again. The return of the best
Big.
Batman.
Big
Best
meaty Batman.
He will be appearing in The Flash as Batman.
Oh, man. Yeah,
he
it's
won't
gonna be awesome.
hopefully he won't be playing both Thomas and Bruce.
Oh,
But-
weird.
All right.
Yeah, I'm very optimistic about that. I just need to see more Ben Affleck's Batman. Also, with that being said, there are rumors going around that Ben is considering to continue the role past The Flash.
Yes.
So we
Okay.
may be getting
Nice.
the Ben Affleck Batman movie. That
That's gonna be
was
awesome.
promised
Man.
and
That's
taken
like,
away from us.
yeah,
So yeah, it-
unfairly, unjustly taken away from us,
Exactly.
but
Exactly.
there's a glimmer of hope, which is awesome.
Now
Yeah, just
that
going back
DC
to
is
Sorry?
under new management. For
oh
the
yeah,
most
yeah,
part,
yeah.
DC fans have a lot to celebrate. So yeah,
That's true. That's true.
Yay,
That's
DC
true.
fans.
Yeah, man, and like, yeah, that's a really good piece of news, especially for us here in Culture Pit. We love Batfleck, and yeah, just going back to Batman. You guys saw that poster, right? That red Batman, Bat Pattinson poster.
hmm
Yeah.
yeah,
So
a lot of red, a lot of red.
yeah, it's a lot of red. It's a lot of red. I don't know if this was a legit poster or if it's I'm not sure, but it looks good. It looks promising.
Jim has a tendency to like do art of like whoever is Batman.
Yeah.
And I think this is like, it is a promotional thing. It's not an official poster. I doubt that this will be like the poster we'll be getting for when we walk past the cinema area. But this is our first official look at what the bat suit for our Pats is
Yep.
gonna look like. But with that being said, not too down for the Arpats look.
I mean,
Mostly because I don't like that the bat symbol is like what part
Bat
of
symbol
the
looks like
bat?
a
It's
battery.
part of the gun that killed his
Mhm.
parents. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
The thing, yeah.
Yeah, not into it.
the muzzle.
Yes, the muzzle of the gun, yes. But or the slide, whatever. If those two things are the same, that's it.
No,
Um,
it's different, but yeah,
but
yeah,
what
the
I
muzzle.
am
I think it's the
enthusiastic
pointing
about
finger. Yeah.
is what I saw of Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Black Adam fan from like Injustice and like his moral ambiguity shit in the comics.
Mhm.
I love Black Adam. He's the best part about the Shazam thing.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
But yeah, I saw the suit from The Rock's Instagram, and holy hell, it looks. Do you guys know Boss Logic?
I'm
Yeah.
not familiar.
Boss Logic. He makes a lot of fan art and shit. It looks something straight out of his wheelhouse of things that he does. It looks like fan art, and when it looks like good fan art, you could rest assured that the movie's probably going to be amazing, or at least rather the costumes are going to be amazing.
Yeah. It looks pretty good. Yeah. So basically, we got Batfleck on the DC side of things. We got Batfleck, we got Black Adam, we got Bat Pattinson. Exciting stuff. Also, technically in the DC side of things, Lucifer season 5 is now up on Netflix, and I watched it. I finished it. Well, no, I finished like part 1 of season 5. I know there's going to be a part 2, but like that's 8 episodes of like season 5, and yeah, I won't. Obviously, no spoilers, but yeah, I definitely enjoyed the season. It's still very true to its Lucifer series nature. Thing
Mhm.
is about the funny thing about Lucifer is you know, for a while it was canceled. It was almost like scrapped for good, which was devastating to me because I loved the show like before it started getting like a really big fan base. But like when I found out about the cancellation, I was like, oh well, that sucks. And then I found out that Netflix is picking it up, and that's when I got really excited because I was like, all right, so there's something something new.
Mhm.
And there were new things, which is awesome. New characters, new storylines, and of course the thing I loved about it is it's stayed true to its nature. It's very charming nature from so brilliant work really from the Lucifer cast and crew. Yeah, so I'm just really happy that it's a because for me it's always been a good show and it's really famous now. And speaking of something really famous now, Gab. So,
Whoa.
you know,
Whoa.
there you go.
Whoa. What?
Yep,
Streamers,
Uh,
streamers.
streamer Gab here. Yeah, man. Tell us more about that video. That video that you starred in.
Oh, okay. Because it was an office project, really.
Yeah.
My boss went to me and like, hey, you game for a video? Like, I mean, okay, sure. What is it? We'll tell you the details soon. And then, they invited me in a group chat, office group chat, and then, I was there. My good friend, my good office friend were there, and then they told, hey, is it cool if you shoot a video you playing our games? Like, okay, what games? So it's games and ads. So the video is all about video games placed in high impact
Yeah.
ads. So if you click the ad beside one of your browser things,
Yeah.
yeah, it'll pop up and it's gonna be it'll show you a game that you can
Yeah.
interact with. You can play with it.
So,
So it was fun. Yeah.
if we have this clear, is this like one of the ads that, like, let's say you're scrolling through Instagram, then you find an ad for a game? Is that like that?
Not really. It's a browser ad.
Oh,
So, if you're
Okay.
if you're
Yeah.
checking out a website like um ABS-CBN's website, and then you see banner ads on the side. If you click one of those, it'll pop up on your screen, and you can play
Oh.
the game. So that's how it works. And yeah, some other streamers in the office, like not really big streamers. We're just all starting out because we're all freaking bored during the quarantine. So we started playing games, and then we're streaming it online. So
Yeah.
maybe the heads in the office, hey, let's do a thing.
Mhm.
Let them play video games, and they'll record it. So
Yep.
and then when I watched it for the first time, it was weird because it's a competition. I didn't know it was a competition, and then the final product is a competition. So
Yeah.
okay, I should have played better, and more trash talking.
Yeah, man.
What the classic
Yeah.
things we do in my
Yeah.
stream, more trash talking.
Gamer tag cancer.
Yeah, but
For those
apparently,
for those who don't know, Gab is like he's nice on he's nice in person. He really is. He's a nice guy. He's a handsome dude. He's a nice guy.
It's a
He's a
mean
nice
However-
guy until you get knocked down by him
Yes.
in Call of Duty Mobile.
Yeah, that is hilarious stuff. It's more hilarious when you're his teammate and you're just watching shit like, oh, Gab killed like 4 people over there, and he's trash talking every single one of them.
Mhm.
And Seb and I always have the best time just seeing Gab go, all right, He's got
Depending
this.
on what their skin is, too, bro.
yeah, man.
Depending on what the skin is. If you're the wrong skin, he's gonna have it.
If
in
you're the wrong skin, man. Remember the cowgirl? That was,
Oh yeah, the cowgirl.
oh man. But yeah,
the
so
cowgirl
yeah,
needs to die.
yeah, man.
Cowgirl needs to die.
So yeah, where can
Yeah.
they see this video?
We can post the links below. We're gonna
Yeah.
post the links below our own video. You can
Yeah.
see it. It's fun. It's a fun 8-minute watch. If you're bored, hey, look, uh, digital ads
Yeah.
people playing video games, trying to look their best to be streamers and shit.
Did you have
Just the
fun
fact
Oh yeah, huh?
with it?
Yeah,
Okay.
dude. It was super fun. It was a fun side project, and yeah, I just wished I did more trash talking because I didn't know it was a competition.
Would you say you
I-
recommend the games that you've played to people?
Yes. It's fun. Please support our work. And it's actually really new. You'll be surprised how fun the games in video ads nowadays.
Are you allowed to
there
mention
w-
the name? You are allowed.
Yeah, it's Inity Philippines. If you want your brand to get your own custom game in your own high impact digital ads, you can just hit up Inity
Yep.
Philippines.
We'll put the link on the description below.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sounds really. When it's always fun, when you hear like. So I was watching this video, and like, it's just fun seeing Gab and his fellow streamers, play the game, and I was expecting more trash talking, but when Gab mentioned Culture Pit, I was like, oh my god. So
Free
You
shout
remember
out!
always.
Free shout out!
Friends when we're like in the videos.
I swear to God, my replay button broke that moment alone.
It's really funny to me because I click the video and the first thing I hear is Gab going, no.
That's exactly how he is in COD, but like a little more intense. Especially like when the
Yeah.
cowgirl comes up.
Ah, just watch our
It's
streams.
exactly how he is.
Watch the streams. It's
Just watch
way
the streams.
more hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
And
it's-
he's also he
it's
also
funny
stream on
because-
Yahoo
yeah,
video.
go
right?
ahead. Yes.
Yeah, he also stream on like Yahoo with Bon, right?
Oh yeah. I play video games with Yehey video games, which is Yehey is Bon, by the way. That's where I really play the most. We play PUBG. I don't really do that much trash talking because Bon is already doing it, so I don't have to do it anymore. But it's mostly
Hanggang COD
pod.
Mobile ka lang.
Yeah.
Hanggang COD Mobile ka lang nagtatrash to.
Yeah. Because I'm not really good at PUBG, man. I'm not really good at PUBG. So I kind of suck there. So I do all the trash talking in COD Mobile. And yeah, EA video games. Like, share, and
Yep.
report. Very
Please
important.
report.
Report.
Hey.
Don't forget to report.
Yes.
At this point, our podcasts are just turning into us plugging us.
Self-promotion.
However, if anyone wants to guest on the podcast, please let us know. Please shoot us an email at realcultureph@gmail.com. Please put the link there, bud. So,
This is actually where we, Culture Pit is
for
where we
business
actually
collaborations.
do
Yeah.
stuff, our own stuff.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of our own stuff, let's get the why I have gathered, or why the four of us have gathered here once again on a perfectly good Saturday evening. Let's talk about like how we got into all these things that we're into. The thing about being a geek, all in all, is you are allowed to just be into like whatever you want. Whether it's anime, whether it's wrestling, whether it's like games or movies, whatever it might be, or comics. Culture Bit has always like, it's always we always pride ourselves as like a no judgment zone. If you're a geek, you're always welcome here. But yeah, of course, when you're a geek, when you're someone who is really obsessed about something, you've had to like start from somewhere. So we're gonna be delving into like the origins of that tonight. And like what we're in true Culture Pit fashion. Let's go with like one person at a time. I wanna like hear from Bon actually. Like you could tell us. I guess we could talk about like what you're into, how'd you get started, and like where can people find like if people are into like what you are into, where do they find it? Where's a good place to start? So yeah, man, floor is yours.
All right. So, I think the first thing that I got myself into is family computer games, 8-bit games.
Famicom.
Well, everyone started with 8-bit
It's
games.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Well,
stuff.
except for the newer generations. But
Me?
yeah.
One
Yeah,
day.
but I'm not much of a gamer, but when it comes to 8-bit games, I can kick your ass. I remember
love the continents.
my dad teaching me how to play Super Mario Brothers, like the original one. So
Yeah. That was a good game.
yeah, I fell in love with it the first time I saw
OG.
it. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck
man.
is this?
It's a good game. It's a good
dude.
game.
Oh,
He-
gee.
He taught me how to do the 100 lives cheat. My dad is cheating. Brothers. Like, all right, but he taught me that 100 lives cheat, which I was surprised that not much people know about that. So
Yeah.
superiority. I'm the 8-bit king. The second thing would be wrestling. First time I saw wrestling
Wrestling.
was Buckle Bomb. Everybody, go see it.
Buckle
Uh,
Bomb.
Please see Buckle Bomb
Buckle Bomb.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yep.
The first time I saw wrestling was back in 2002. It was RPN 9. Hello, RPN peeps. And then, I never stopped.
What was the first match you ever saw?
I can't remember specifically
I can't
like
remember.
the first match, but I remember the first guy that I saw
Yeah.
on TV. It was Kurt Angle, and
Kurt Angle.
Oh, wow.
I
Look at
remember.
the shiny bald man.
But dude,
think he was bald
Kurt
back
had
then.
Kurt
I
had
think he had hair.
Kurt had
Oh,
hair
hair
the
back
first
then.
time I saw
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
he did.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember like I thought Kurt was spelled as Court.
Kurt.
Court.
Court Angle.
Hey,
Court
Kurt
Angle.
Hawkins is the
But-
thing. Why are you all laughing?
But actually, the first time I knew about wrestling was I think PlayStation 1. was
Okay. Yeah.
my
Here comes
brother and I
Bear.
used to play. No. It was
You're going to play PS2.
no
Oh, yeah,
PS1.
this PS2.
It's PS1.
PS
WWF.
no.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
I mean
it's PS1.
the wrestling game that we played. My brother
Oh,
and I played WWF Attitude.
Wait, what's Here Comes the
Oh
Pain?
wow, yeah, I
Here
Here
remember
Comes the
that.
Pain is
Forgot.
PS2.
WWF
Oh, there, yeah,
Attitude is PS1. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
the first.
There you go.
I think
Mixed it
that
up.
was the first time that I knew about wrestling, and I was surprised when one Sunday afternoon we were done playing, switched off the PlayStation, and
Yeah.
back to TV mode. Wrestling is on RPN 9. It was I think the first guy that I saw was X Pac.
Wow.
Oh, dude, that's the dude my brother.
From the game. That's the dude from the game.
Yes.
It's like anime, but they're still there after you watch.
Yeah.
Like, oh my
Exactly.
gosh, these people are
Exactly.
real. I mean, like the guy that I used to play was Kane, and the first time I saw him, I was like, oh my gosh, he's not a robot. He's a human being.
He's not a mayor.
robot. He's not,
You know, mayor.
the
He's not a
third-
mayor yet.
Probably the third thing would be, I don't know, SpongeBob SquarePants. I really love SpongeBob SquarePants. And
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Bro.
That's fair. I love
He's the
SpongeBob.
shit.
to
I still
anyone
wanna know.
watching this, if you're a fan of seasons 1 to 3, we must be friends.
Yes.
I want SpongeBob references. I want SpongeBob memes as long as
Yep.
it references seasons 1 to 3.
Mihoy.
4 to up sucks. Like, they suck. I'm sorry.
At the risk of making myself seem like, someone who thinks he knows some shit, I believe I saw SpongeBob on Kablam first.
I don't know what that is.
Mm.
Kablam was this like
Oh.
Kablam was
Yeah,
like one of
Kablam, I
the
remember.
Nickelodeon shows. They
Yeah.
had shows on here like weird pilots. It
Yeah,
was
yeah. I remember
Action League
that.
now. Yeah.
Action League now, yeah. So they'd like test all this shit out here, and if it works, then they'll transfer it to.
Yeah.
I knew Cosmo from Fairly Odd Parents before he was stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just a normal dude.
He was. He was just a normal guy. He was a normal guy.
The Blam was awesome,
Yeah.
dude.
Kablam was
Yeah.
awesome, dude.
Damn, I didn't know.
Cosmo
Speaking
before
of
his
like
confession.
SpongeBob, I want to turn this into a thing. I want people to comment their best SpongeBob
Meme.
I don't know, their favorite SpongeBob quotes here.
Please.
The funniest one you can possibly find. When we pick you, we're gonna put it on the next podcast.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There.
Give me
Yes.
SpongeBob references.
Yes.
Give us SpongeBob
And play-
references
So
as
game.
many as you want.
I am
It could
so
be from
game.
any character. You could have us relive a scene. I don't know, whichever your funniest, whichever you think is the funniest. Mine, for me personally, one of the funniest scenes for me is when SpongeBob needed water. You guys remember that episode, right? When he was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
water would be nice, and then he sees this vase with water in it. He goes, "I need it." That was awesome for me.
Man,
Yeah.
I'd like to think that I drink 8 glasses of water a day because of SpongeBob.
SpongeBob, dude. He needs it, man. SpongeBob
But
needs
I
it.
never
He's
want to
putting
be
water in his
that.
He's putting water in his mug. He's like, "I need it."
I need it. You know, speaking of that episode, I think Buckle Bomb again, everyone. I think MJF got that pinky thing from Patrick.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
when in doubt,
Probably.
pinky out.
Fancy.
Pinky, pinky.
Like,
Anyway,
my
after
favorite SpongeBob thing is my leg.
my leg,
leg.
rev up those
And I-
fires, because I'm
I
sure
don't
hungry
care.
for one. Help, my leg.
I don't care who they think did this first, but I'd like to think I was the guy who brought my leg into like the local wrestling scene, championing my leg.
My leg.
Yep.
My leg.
My leg.
Fred the Fish,
Yeah,
my
my
leg.
leg.
Anyway,
Also,
after-
one thing
Sure,
we
sure.
want to hear from the fans is what is your favorite SpongeBob episode and why? That is something I want to know. Like, for everyone watching this, what?
We want to rewatch it. That's
Yes.
mainly.
We
Yes.
want to rewatch it. That's
Yeah.
basically it.
SpongeBob.
But yeah, what's your favorite SpongeBob episode and why? We'll be putting your comments on the next podcast. And yeah, you just might win something. You'll never know. Yeah. So yeah, go ahead, Mark.
After SpongeBob, things got blurry. But I could tell you guys that I am into Bob's Burgers, favorite cartoon.
Bob's
Bob's Burgers. I
Burgers.
actually
Yeah.
have.
Yes.
Let me take this out. Just a moment. I have. I don't know what these are. They're like budget Funko Pops. It's Dorbs.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Doors. Yeah.
Man.
Those are
So made
nice.
by Funko, I think.
I ever have. It's in my drawer, but I'll take it out probably in the next episode. Yeah, so yeah, I'm into Bob's Burgers. I'm into Jackass. If you're a Jackass fan,
Yeah.
they're gonna release Jackass 4 next year, which actually I'm surprised. 'Cause
That's awesome.
they're gonna go with it. Ryan Dunn, I love you. What else? And yeah, those are the things that I love. Well, I'm a music guy,
That's
so I
awesome.
love Green Day, my most favorite band.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it. I'm not really a gamer,
Awesome.
but
Should we plug another thing that's just us? What's your band's name again?
Shift heads.
Shithead.
Oh my god! No!
Shithead in
Report, report our page,
Shithead.
dude. Report our page. Report
Running
our page.
late.
Report our
Running
page.
late.
But yeah, those are the things that I love so much, and I'm not a gamer, but I sometimes play games. Which again, yeah, hey, video games. But
Yeah, video
I'm
games.
currently playing PUBG. I can't stop playing it. Gosh,
We get it.
gosh.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Those are the things that I love and my nightlife.
Yeah. And I guess like after this we can put like our gamer tags like somewhere in case you guys want to play with us, COD Mobile, whatever, PUBG. We'll put our gamer tags down there. So if you guys want to play, let's play. All right, Gab, I want to hear from you next.
All right. What made me now? Okay.
We had this conversation before, buddy.
I
On a
can't.
lot of
Remember.
late nights.
I can't remember. I can't really remember.
Fuck, he's
But-
under pressure.
Yeah, that's because I'm under pressure. Mostly it's afternoon animes in our local channels.
Yeah.
Uh,
And Gunpla.
and Gunpla, of course. I'll get to that. Yeah, yeah. Afternoon shows, anime shows in our local channels, Channel 2 and Channel 7. Mostly Channel 7. Uh, and then I saw this anime. It's called Gundam Wing on Channel 7, dude.
Ooh, yes.
That got me
Samesies.
into the Gundam fandom really fast. Like, holy shit, robots.
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
Robots.
Robot. Oh, there goes
God
another
knows
SpongeBob
what
reference.
he was.
Because when I was a kid, because there was a time that you like a specific kind of toy, right? Like
Yeah.
some, they really like cars. They really like, I don't know, other toys. I don't know, cars. My,
Two kinds of toys, cars, other toys.
mine was robots. I'm really into robots.
Yeah.
So
Gabby's
Uh,
into
my favorite
robots.
toy before was my Megazord.
Oh,
Power Rangers. I had
buddy.
I had the original Megazord by Mighty
Man, that is
Morphin.
dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was. I really love robots, and then I saw this fucking anime on the afternoon, and holy shit, what are these?
What are these?
So many explosions, and you know, murder. You know, like
Yeah,
my
that's something you
gosh.
think of when you're a kid.
yeah.
Murder.
Holy shit, it's exploding, and I don't really understand the story by then. But damn, robots.
Do we
And-
have
yeah, and then
know the story?
I bought my first Gunpla, and I asked my dad to build it for me. He's so pissed. Like, all right.
Same. When I was a kid, my dad would build my Zoids just because I was that
Same,
like,
dude. My
Yeah, my dad was like,
dad too.
"I love you so much, son. I'll build this painstakingly 3D puzzle you call toy.
yeah.
I love you, son." and he's so pissed,
Are
but
you
he's
winning,
not
son?
telling.
You, son.
That's how he talks to you.
But I'm the.
I am your father.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
your father.
reversed.
It's gonna be the thumbnail of this video, just Gab's face with the words "I love you, son" on it. Culture Pit After Dark podcast.
It's
Only
switched.
for you, my
Like,
son, will I build
Is it
a
done,
platform.
Dad? Is it done? Are you finished building my toy, Dad?
Are you
Like,
winning,
Wait,
Dad?
you weren't there with him?
working
You
on
just
it,
waited
son.
for him?
I'm working on it. So yeah, I
You
saw
work your dad like a sweatshop. Build my robot.
my robot. Dad, come on.
It doesn't
Dad.
matter if you're not getting paid for this. Build it.
Dad!
That's it. And now, yeah, I got into the universe.
You got into the universe.
No, like I went in deep. Like I
Did not know Gab
get
was
out
a
of it.
robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in deep, man. I can tell you right now, Gab is like
He's
neck
immersed.
deep in the Gundam universe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I really love. Yeah, that's my main thing actually, and I'm not really a good builder. I am a
Yes,
snap
you
builder.
are.
No,
Yes,
for
you
real.
Dude, you're
are.
Gab the
I'm-
Builder.
I'm
Gab
just
the
a
Builder.
snap builder. I'm not. Yeah, I just a snap builder. I just really like robots.
I built a
man.
kit with you at Starbucks. Remember that?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not professional work, but it works.
It was good. It was good.
It works.
Always gotta undersell him for some reason.
Yeah, it works. Yeah, and now our like family room is filled with gunplas. You know.
Yeah, I saw that. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's a lot of gunplas, and my mom's like, "Where's your savings, son?" I was like,
It's like,
"Mom,
right
you're
there.
looking at it. I'm so
Right
tired."
here. You're
Well,
looking at it,
it's
Mom.
right
You're
there.
looking at it.
It's not like it's gone. It's just right there in a different
There,
form.
yeah. You can actually
It's
like
in plastic.
you know
form
post
now.
it, Mom. That's my savings right there.
Yeah,
Kidding.
Mom. Whoever need plastic, it's right here.
No. She can't touch that, bro. Mm-mm.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so that's my thing. And
There's a
video-
saying we have here whenever like our I don't know if our little cousins or godkids whatever look at our gunpla. There's a saying we have here. If you're not from the Philippines, there's a saying we have here in the Philippines called hanggang tingin ka lang. So, you know, that's just you can't touch it. It's just
Yeah.
there. You
can
know.
look,
Yeah.
can look,
Yeah.
but you can't touch.
You can look, but you can't touch.
You can
It's-
look, but you can't touch.
I was about to say, please
Buckle
do
down
not
podcast.
give a shout out to the Bellas. Like,
Dude, I have to. I'm sorry.
uh,
Buckle bomb again, everyone.
Buckle Down
Buckle-
podcast.
Oh. Watch the next episode.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's mostly Gunplas. Video games, I got. I'm into MOBAs. You know, like
oh yeah.
I'm into MOBAs. Not anymore. Not as much as before right now. But like a few years back, and I think last year, I'm still way into it. Like I even watched. I watched the sport. You know, I watched competitive scene. So into it. Mostly Dota 2, by the way.
Yeah.
so you're
but like,
toxic, is what you're saying.
yeah.
So you're toxic, is what you're saying.
Not all mobile players are toxic. Hey.
Yeah. I mean,
Mm,
I am pretty toxic in MOBA, you know. But I really try not to be, man. Real positive player. I'm now a
Yeah.
real positive.
Sure. We accept you. It's all right.
That's one reason my gamer tag is.
Cancer.
It is what it is. Yeah.
Cancer.
Yeah. It is what it is. So yeah,
It is
I'm
what
into
it is,
that.
you know? It's fine.
Yeah, I follow it religiously before, not as much now, but
Yeah.
you know, it's it. Video games and
you know, it's
models. That's my thing.
it's important that you always have like that avenue where you can express yourself and where you're really interested in, you know, what you're really interested in. And Gunpla is like a really good. I myself like I have a lot of Gunpla here, and it's a really good way to just be creative and
Mhm.
everything. So yeah, man. All right, so for me, it's I, it's basically a lot of different things for me, like in one, I don't know, in one basket. Um, I started okay for gaming. I started gaming. One day I was visiting my granddad. When he was still alive, he was on a stationary bike playing Bomberman. I don't know if you guys know
Oh
Oh
my
Bomberman.
shit!
gosh, of
Yeah, you
course I
guys,
do.
Bomberman is
Love
super good game
Yeah.
on the Sega, and like he'd play it
Smash up
every day.
galore, bro.
He'd
That's
play it every day, and my granddad is a pro. I'm not even kidding. Like he'd multitask. He'd be on the bike, in his living room. He'd be on the bike, and he'd play Bomberman for like a couple of hours, and he wouldn't die. Like he didn't need the extra lives. He didn't. He was just there. He was just jamming with it until it was time to go to work. So that's when, one day when I was spending the weekend there with my cousins, he was like, "All right, why don't you try it?" So I try it, and that was when it hit me that, oh my god, video games are fun.
Dude, I
So,
want to challenge your granddad.
he's gone,
Oh, I'm
dude.
sorry.
He's,
I'm sorry.
he's gone, but it's okay. It's okay. So I played
Me
Bomberman. Was never nearly as good as him. I could never get to that level where like he could multitask and like just it was insane. So my mom one day, I kept bugging her for like my first console, which was a family computer, and
Yes.
like
Yes, for
family computer. So I got Mario, and I got Bon. What's that game where you shoot things?
Duck Hunt?
Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt,
Duck Hunt.
yeah.
There you go. I got Duck Hunt, and then one day, so as technology advances, consoles. Yeah, so I got my PlayStation 1. Of course, after that, I got my PlayStation 2. When my PlayStation 2 happened, when that happened, that was when I found my favorite game franchise, Devil May Cry.
Mm-hmm.
1999, Devil May Cry 1 came out, and my friends and I were psyched. We played it. We didn't think we would get this hooked. We didn't think we would get this, as addicted as we did. So we started waiting for Devil May Cry 2. We waited for Devil May Cry 3, which also came out on the PS2. And then Devil May Cry 4 came out, which like happened in the PS3 and the Xbox 360, which I also got. And then Devil May Cry 5. So all of it basically during my whole video gaming career, Devil May Cry was never not in the picture. It had to be there somehow. I still play like Devil May Cry 3 on the Switch to this day. Just that one moment with my granddad, like letting me play the the Sega, Bomberman for the first time, just opened up a lot of avenues for me in gaming. I mostly like a lot of action games. I also like a lot of free roam games. Actually, I got the PS4 because of Arkham Knight, and like I'm actually a really big fan of the Arkham games, as you can see it right here. That was just where it started for me. Is I tried like various games, all throughout. I had my fair share of wrestling games. My first wrestling game, I think, was SmackDown vs. Raw 2003. It was a wrestling game where when you're in the menu, when you're in the main menu, you'd see like the divas. Back then they were called the divas, right? So you'd see the divas like dancing. So that was my first wrestling game, and I couldn't get enough. Look at the sexy dance. It's Wrestle Talk. So yeah, my favorite wrestler back then, when I first got my wrestling game, was Triple H and The Undertaker. They were my two favorite wrestlers, and of course Edge. That goes without saying. I don't have to say that anymore. Look at Bucklebomb. But yeah, so those were my top three most used ones, and I think my favorite enemies were Matt Hardy. I don't know what Matt Hardy did to deserve being beaten up by me virtually all the time. John Cena. I loved fighting John Cena. I don't know why. And of course,
his face is very punchable, man.
True. And what was his name? JBL. So
Oh my God.
Tables.
I just had to,
I
you
love
know.
kicking Gables' ass. Yeah.
That's the only way I could kick his ass. So there you go. And yeah, there was just like a whole. You know, I was into racing games for like a good part of a year. I was into Need for Speed and all that. I think, yeah, a lot of people had the Need for Speed Most Wanted phase.
Yes.
Um, you know,
So good.
so I was
So
really
good.
into that. And
Same.
yeah, a lot of sandbox, a lot of like free roam games as well. So yeah, that's basically gaming for me right now. I'm into Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us Part Two, and you know, goes without saying, Spider-Man and Devil May Cry 5. Now for the other things, again, I'm really into a lot of, you know, a lot of things really.
Nerd.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
especially Star Wars. I think you guys know.
Nerd.
Everyone knows.
Nerd.
Star Wars to a different level, man. Like Gab was talking about like how his first toy was like what was it, man? Was it a car? Was it a
Robot.
robot? It was a robot, right?
Robot.
My first
Yeah.
toy was a plastic sword. So like I don't know, ever since then, like I've had my fair share of like action figures, Power Rangers, He-Man, all that stuff, but like the plastic sword was always my favorite. Um and yeah, I just got into Star Wars right now. Like so I
Right
watched
now?
like the original what?
Right now, just right now.
No, not right now. Like, I mean, I
1985.
right now, I don't know. Like, I just I'm taken to a different level. I point here a lot because my costume's here. So there's the original trilogy, which I've watched with my dad like several times, and like back then, I think the scariest part for me of the original trilogy, I was a kid. The scariest part for me was seeing Darth Vader unmasked. I freaked out. I ran to my mom. I was so scared.
That was
Um,
like, oh my god, he's so ugly.
yes, basically. And then I saw like the prequels, episode 1, 2, and 3, and I couldn't get enough of it. So I just
Okay.
kept watching all of it. Like, you know, there'd be times like just random weekends where I just watched like 1 to 6 for no reason at all. There was no Star Wars, you know, Force Awakens didn't come out until like what, 2017? Um I think. So like
15,
from like
2015, I think.
or whenever Force Awakens came out,
Yeah, 2015.
2006. So Revenge of the Sith came out 2005. I got a copy at 2006. From 2006 to whenever Force Awakens came out, I just randomly play like episodes 1 to 3 on a random weekend for no reason at all, other than just watching them go at it.
You said you bought them. I just want to know what format so that the millennials here, the Gen Zers, can know just how fucking old we are.
Oh,
You bought the
all
movie,
right.
man.
A VCD?
Man.
Was
Oh
it
my
a
gosh,
fucking-
VCDs, man.
dude, my episode 4, 5, and 6, my original trilogy collection is right here. I'm staring at it. It's in VCD. However,
VCD!
however,
Everything
I do
in
remember.
480p.
I remember when I was a kid. I think we had the VHS.
Oh,
Yeah.
For
shit.
kids who don't know what a VHS is, look it up, because I'm not going through that shit.
Let me explain.
Yeah.
Let me explain. Like, have you seen all those things you used to stick shit to your walls? Tape? Yeah, imagine that, but it had film reels.
Yes,
Like this,
That's exactly what it is.
reels would like rotate around and shit, and it would play
Yeah.
the movie, and then it would
Yeah.
break
Movie.
after 10 uses.
yep,
Oh, VHS.
yep. And back then,
days.
you know,
God.
if we couldn't
My God,
afford to
bro.
buy the VHS tape, you know, there was a
Rent
thing
it.
we called rent.
Yeah, dude.
So
Rent?
if you don't know what that is, look it up.
We
Did you-
had to manually rewind these little
You have
shit.
to manually
Yes.
rewind it.
We
get it
could
out,
buy a
rewind it.
device called a rewinder where you put
Yeah.
the tape inside the rewinder, shut it, and then wait for a ding, like a
Yeah.
toaster.
Yes.
Yep.
Just to
Done.
watch the movie a second fucking time.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
God, the
Oh my
90s
God.
were great.
I
They
remember.
were so great.
I
They were
remember
so great.
the only VHS VHS tape that I can remember is a random shark movie. I don't know what shark movie that was.
Jaws?
Was it Jaws?
I don't know, but it was a shark
Probably.
movie.
It
All
was
I can
probably
remember,
Jaws.
all I can
If
remember
it was
is
VHS, it
there's
was
a-
Jaws.
there's a frame of a shark in the water, and that's it. And that's all I
That's
can
Jaws.
remember.
Probably
Basically-
Jaws.
It would be quite strange to see a frame of a shark not in the water. They stand on the
Sharknado? I don't know.
Oh, speaking of
On the
VHS
desert.
rent place, Bon, you live nearby, relatively nearby. Can you remember
Oh
CMJ?
God.
CMJ, have you been there? Like CMJ video store.
Oh my gosh.
In
So,
Pagpasag.
well,
Oh,
I know
man.
that place, but there's another VHS place here in our subdivision. But I know that place, and oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, dude,
Dude.
so many memories.
Yeah,
Dude,
So many memories.
Dude, we're old.
Yeah, dude.
We are. We
Yeah,
are.
really old.
I
That's
remember
why.
going to a VHS rental store, and there's like a wall of VHS tapes, and then you get. I was a kid. I'm always in the fucking cartoons
Yeah.
section, and I picked Land Before Time. You know, dude, like Land Before Time,
Oh, man.
and then my dad introduced me. Hey, son, look at this. So, ooh.
I really want to know how your dad interacts with you. He sounds great. Oh, son,
Are you
Look
waiting, son?
you are my son. I will build you your robot.
Oh man.
He
Your
showed
dad is
me.
awesome.
He showed me this tape, like, because I'm telling the story now because it's the first time I saw Star Wars, dude. I saw the
Yeah.
fucking 8080s and the 80STs
Yeah.
on the fucking cover. I want to
Yeah.
watch it. Robots, man. And then I
Only
saw
forgot to
fucking
find out.
lightsabers. I'm
Only
so
forget to
in.
find out that the robots really played like a minimal role in the movies.
Yeah, and they're bad guys.
Vader was a
They're bad guys.
cyborg, so he was half right.
Yes,
Vader's a cyborg, so
Yeah.
still robot.
I'm so
Yeah.
into that.
It's-
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, that's the story. VHS.
Yeah, like
Oh my gosh, we
VHS days, man, they were
Mhm.
fun. I know, like a kid's. I don't know, like I know a teenager's gonna watch this and go, "What the fuck's a VHS?"
You know,
Kids,
super fucking old.
VHS tapes were our Netflix. Deal with it.
Yes.
Exactly.
If you
Exactly.
guys think,
Better.
I will say this to every like teenager right now. If you guys think you have it hard just because you have weak internet connection, wait until the tape or the film in your VHS rolls out of the actual cartridge. Then you can tell me. Then you can tell me what a hard time is. Just for
Yeah.
you to relive one scene, then you can tell me what a hard time is.
We
Yeah.
go hard, kids. We go hard.
And
Yeah.
then-
Ah, fuck! It's out. Man,
This generation was built
Ah,
on perseverance.
we know we're fucking old when we actually have friends who are not like in the age minority group. Like they are 18 above and we can make references to them. I'm not gonna mention who this is. And be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
If this fucker's watching, you know who you are. I'm not giving you
I'll
a
make sure. I'll make sure they watch.
Yeah.
I'll make sure this person watches.
Yeah. You
Special
making me-
mention.
Dude, she's making me feel like that like the sperm cell looking lady from SpongeBob. I remember when they first made chocolate. I
Oh,
hated it. Fuck,
Make you live
it's the
forever.
chocolate
Oh,
vertebrae.
man.
Chocolate vertebrae. There.
Fucking
What did you say?
Never make friends with people who are like younger than you over 5 years or some shit. Because like they will make you feel that shit.
Yeah, man.
I just want to have like human relationships, but these people gotta make me feel like shit about myself. Like, do I gotta feel ancient? Because I already do.
Oh,
I
man.
digress, though. What were we talking about?
Yeah, so
Star
we were
Wars.
talking about like the
Star Wars.
VHS,
Yeah.
the VHS back
tapes.
then.
Mhm.
And you know, like, yeah, there was a lot of things. Like, there was a VHS tapes, and
Cassettes.
yeah. So, in like terms of like, so that's me with like, I don't know, with Star Wars and with games, and like I guess with toys, and yeah, there's the plastic swords and everything. I also had like my fair share of gunpla. My first gunpla was the Wing Zero One, not the Wing Zero, but the Wing Zero One. Um,
The Proto
it was an HG. My dad built it um, in front of me. Like I didn't know how to build a Gundam back then. He just built it in front of me, and I was playing with it. It's the one that you could transform into the Neobird jet.
Yeah, yeah.
Then
Wing Gundam.
yeah, Wing Zero One. Then I got the Death Sight, and then like just I loads more after that. Like but I stopped. I stopped building until I didn't start building again until like maybe like 2012. And
Same. Oh no.
yeah,
No, not really, not really.
I had a long
Started
hiatus.
earlier.
Like
Yeah.
because after the Gundams, there was Zoids. Zoids,
Ah,
I had an obsession with Zoids. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, if you guys have seen the
Go for
anime, Chaotic Century is still for me the best
It
out
is
there.
the best. It is the
It
best.
is the best. And Chaotic Century, when that came out, I was hooked, and that was when I told my dad, "Hey, I want a Zoid." And it
Okay.
started with like one Command Wolf, and then like the Rev Raptor, and then like whatever Saber Tiger, whatever.
Yeah.
And then like I think the last Zoid I ever bought was a Liger Zero. No, sorry, it was a Koenig Wolf. Then from there I
Oh,
stopped
yeah.
with Zoids. I went back to Gundams. Um, and yeah, I still build Gundams to this day. However, and Gab knows this, my newly found fascination with so there's the mechs, the giant robots, and of course there's the kaiju, the
Mhm.
giant monsters. So Gab
Mhm.
knows about my newly found fascination with them. I've loved Godzilla for like a long time now. I've loved anyone who knows me knows that King Ghidorah is my favorite monster
Yes.
of all time. Um, and yeah, like from there, it was just like there's mechs and then there's robots. I don't discriminate. I think they're both equally cool. Um, and yeah, that's basically it. I'm a jack of all trades, I guess, with all of these things. Like I'm multiple things in one. Remember Digimon? That was fun. So,
Yeah. Digimon,
um,
dude.
yeah, it's just a
Yeah.
lot of randomness for me. Comics, I'm still learning my way around. Like that's kind of why I have Seb. To be
That's
honest
it.
with you,
That's it. That's the
Yeah.
only reason he has me around.
that's basically that's the only reason. Of course,
Yeah.
wrestling. Wrestling. My favorite. My. I remember the first match I ever watched was Rey Mysterio versus Mordecai.
Oh my gosh,
Man,
that
that
was
was
2003.
Yeah, dude, that was the first match
remember
I
that
ever watched.
episode.
Because the first wrestler I ever found out about was Eddie Guerrero. Because my classmates back then were into wrestling, and I heard Eddie Guerrero, The Rock, Randy Orton. So those were the names that they were saying. So I gave it a try one time. I was like, all right, let's see what happens. And then like I see Rey Mysterio versus Mordecai. I think Mordecai won that match.
No, it was Mysterio.
Oh,
Mordecai
Mysterio won
never
that match.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, fine, this isn't too bad. And then my dad and my mom were like, well, it's too violent. We don't want you watching it.
Same.
It's
Same.
so look at all that blood.
Oh
That's
my
not
God.
Yeah.
wrestling.
Blood
That's
era.
that's a brawl. And like I didn't know. I was the little kid who thought wrestling was real.
Yes.
And then, eventually I found out, oh, it's not real. It's predetermined. I don't like using the word fake because why should it mean that it's fake? People die in the wrestling industry, and
Yeah.
that shouldn't, people should stop calling it fake. It's
I
predetermined.
think it's fake, but like, it's great that it's fake. Like the
mean-
fact that it isn't real is great. Like, do you genuinely want a guy walking around on the actual Earth who's an undead guy?
Okay, yeah.
I do
That's
not
true.
want Kane to be real. I do not want Pentagon Stark to be real. I do not want the Fiend to be a guy who could show up to Walmart one day or some shit. And I'll take your souls. You know?
And I don't want Luchasaurus to be real. He's perfect the way he is.
Yeah. Very
5 million years old, man.
65 million years old.
65.
65 million years old.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's basically it. Superhero movies. My first superhero movie was, if I remember correctly, it was Batman Forever. um, and I saw it. And then of course, Bat Clooney came out. We all know how that worked. Alex?
VHS.
It was great.
It was great. For those who say that Bat Clooney was a terrible Batman, we got evidence to show that it was a good movie. And yeah, I guess that's what wraps it up for me. It's basically all the geek things, all the things that I've been into, just like advancing it every single year. Yeah, that's my journey. That's why I'm here. So there you go.
Seb's turn.
Oh,
Seb's turn.
all right. So, I've been into this shit since I was like a conscious human being. Like, you become a person who could like, what do you call this? When you start fucking remembering shit, object permanence or whatever. The first thing I remember remembering as a kid was like Darth Vader removing his helmet. And two things went through my mind that day. It's one, I thought he'd look cooler under the helmet. Two, I think I want to become a supervillain when I grow up. Which
The world.
has genuinely become my life's mission. My parents exposed me to a lot of shit. Probably shit that like parents shouldn't expose you to. I watched Saving Private Ryan when I was like 4 or 5.
Oh my god.
The Omaha Beach scene is not something any child should.
Yes.
But there
Should
I
see.
was watching it.
Yeah. Normandy.
I loved it.
DJ.
We were exposed to a lot of pop culture. Our parents made sure that we would see all these like great films, as long as it didn't have any sex in it. My parents were like, violence is fine, but like no pussy. Like that was their rule. So I was watching a lot of things. I grew up on all that good 90s stuff. Rocko's Modern Life, SpongeBob. I did not like Ren and Stimpy, but it existed.
Yeah.
Hey Arnold, Rugrats, all that stuff.
Angry
All the
Beavers.
Saturday morning cartoons. I had all the toys growing up because my parents were way too nice. Still are way too nice. Just bought me pretty much every toy I asked for as a kid. I had Ninja Turtle toys. I had Power Rangers toys. I had Zoids. I had Beat-A-Men.
Yes, be the man.
Oh yeah, the toys.
Yeah. Crush Gears, Beyblade.
Ooh, Crush Gear.
Man, same. Crush Gear and Beyblades.
And since it was
yes.
the 90s, BB guns, because I needed protection. I'm not even kidding. Every kid held a BB gun, and if you knew that kid was going to try to shoot you. What I'm trying to say is I was a bullied child.
Oh man, that's sad.
I was into everything. I was really into everything. Like there was no way I wasn't gonna be a huge nerd. I got into all those cartoons, a lot of figures, Pokemon, shit like that. I did not have video games because like from nursery all the way till high school, I was a terrible student. So my parents were like, if we gave him a console, he'd just never get down into those books. I didn't regardless, but I didn't have video games. So I had to go to like houses of like my bullies so that I could play their video games. I played some SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain.
Mm-hmm.
I played the original Mortal Kombat with a friend that was a good friend. And I was like, oh my god, ninjas and violence. I love this. I remember, it was basically that. Like, when I was in grade 3, everyone started doing the wrestling. So I was like, what is wrestling? Like, my friend would beat me up in the persona of Goldberg. Yeah. So I was like, oh, where do I watch wrestling? So I searched every single channel because my mom wasn't just going to be like, oh, this is where the wrestling is. They didn't really encourage that. So I just like switched every channel. Then I was like, hey, look, meaty, sweaty men.
Big meaty men.
Yes, big meaty men, and
Beef,
man
beef.
were the first men were my first meaty men, quite meaty. My first match ever was Mark Henry, managed by Theodore Long,
Oh
versus
my gosh.
Continental Champion Rob Van
And
Dam.
damn.
Oh
Oh
my
Nice.
shit.
gosh.
Oh shit.
Those were the
Like, man,
days.
Rob Van Dam was my first favorite wrestler. I still love him to this day. I don't know when he and Val Venus switched gimmicks, but I love Rob Van Dam. Like that outfit,
Singlet.
that singlet, and those kick pads.
Oh
And
shit.
oh,
Yeah.
I am just good at doing the moves. I do moves, and I have the best. That was his thing, and I liked him. Like he was small, but he didn't act small. Like RVD was my shit. Kane was my shit. I had wrestling figures before I knew what wrestling was. I bought a Sting figure from WCW, not knowing who this dude was. I was just like, he looks like a skeleton. I like people with skulls on their faces. So yeah, that Sting figure. I had two of them. But yeah, so early on, all of that wrestling, all of the cartoons you watched, if you watched shit as a kid that was for kids, I watched it. And then I spent elementary school getting my ass kicked, getting my ass kicked, getting my ass kicked. And then we went into junior high.
Mm-hmm.
Which is where I got into the other thing that I would nerd out on to this day, music.
Oh.
Because I watched The Wrestler. Up until this time, I was like, I want to be a wrestler when I grow up. Then I watched The Wrestler, the Mickey Rourke movie,
Oh my
and
god.
I was like, I'm giving up on my dreams of that. I thought the life of a wrestler was much more optimistic than this. I was wrong. So I gave up on wrestling. I cold turkeyed wrestling. So this is about '07, between '06 and '08. So yeah, I got into music. The first band I obsessed over, like with my own like musical taste, was Fall Out Boy.
Oh.
They are Pete Wentz is a genius lyricist, only matched by his inability to play the bass. He's a terrible bassist, and not one I should have probably aspired to be like. But I love Fall Out Boy. I love Fall Out Boy to this day. I
So
bought
good.
all of their albums, and when there were stores to buy albums from.
Mhm. Remember those?
I spent some of my money on the Black Parade CD. I think the Black Parade CD was the first CD I bought with my own money.
Ah.
Yeah. Then eventually I bought a bass. Then started, that life. I love playing bass. It's like guitar, but you don't get attention. I love it. So I get to fourth year high school, and I see this. I don't know why it's in the suggested videos. It's just I saw for some reason a walkthrough for Arkham City, Batman. The shit. It was the shit. And I was like, I don't know why, but I feel like I want to get into Batman again. So like I watched those walkthroughs all the way to the end. And
Yeah.
it was such a great story, and I was like, I think I love Batman again. So like fourth year all the way to early years in college, first couple, I was obsessed with Batman. I get into Benilde for the short time that I was there, rest in peace. Mostly just to my Benilde career. I didn't like hanging out with people, so I would spend all of my free time in the Benilde Library, one of my favorite places in the world, and I would read comic books to just not be around people. And the first one that I read that I became fucking obsessed with was Long Halloween, written by Jeff Loeb, drawn by, God damn it, I can't remember his name right now. But I love him. I love your work so much. It's so great and weird. Yeah, I got into Batman. Then I got into other things. I got into the comics industry like legit. I went to my first signing in Comic Odyssey for it. Rest in peace.
Tim Sale. It's Tim Sale.
Tim Sale, yes, I
Yes,
love Tim
yes,
Sale.
yes,
Yeah, Tim Sale, Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale, Long Halloween. Please read it. If you are new to comics, and you like Batman and you want to get into Batman, to me that's the entry level comic for anyone. All of Jeff Loeb's work with Batman is the best entry level comic shit you can possibly get into. It's not too campy and it's not too deep. It's not Watchmen. It's not V for Vendetta. But it's like a good transition point from, let's say, the animated series Batman Beyond into comics. But we can always talk about that in a future video. Then I got into everything else. I went to my first signing at Comic Odyssey with Stephen Segovia and Jason Paz, two of the best artists in the country, in the world. And I got to meet a lot of people in the comic industry, and then everything just snowballed, man. Like, I became a fan of Deathstroke, and I've read basically everything he's been in. I still collect toys to this day, way too many. If we were in the other room, you'd see it's just a wall of toys behind me. But yeah, I was born into this toys, music, all this pop culture shit. Like, mostly the reason why Culture Pit has such a wide array of shit is mostly because I've done a little bit of something everywhere. So I couldn't isolate it to just comics or movies or whatever. So I've been obsessed with everything. And yeah, we needed like a really, really wide platform in order to express all of it.
Much love.
We were all destined to like fall into this shit because like we just found it way too important, and it is to me to this day. Everything about the pop culture landscape is amazing to me, except for the shit that I don't like. I won't talk about that. I won't talk about it.
Yeah.
All about respect here and shit. Yeah.
Yep.
It's me.
Respect.
Awesome. All right. So basically, that's how we all got started. Those are our humble beginnings, as to like why are we here? How did we get here? And like, what it means for us in the future. We'll see. And we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. And of course, we're going to put everything on here in Culture Pit to entertain you guys. And of course, we encourage you guys to tell us, of course, what did you guys, we want to know, what did you guys get into first? And what are you guys into now?
Be nerds.
Yeah. What?
Be nerds with us.
Yeah, be nerds with us. Whatever. This is there's no room here for like negativity. It's all just, if I could borrow a quote from Russell Talk, support each other. So basically, that's basically how we do things here is we pool a lot of our interests and we just put it out there on this platform for everyone to see. And of course, everyone is welcome to share the fun with us. So just let us know in the comments below what you're into. How'd you get started? What was your journey? Was it a smooth sailing one? Was it a rough one? And like, what are you into right now? So yeah, okay. So like and subscribe. So facebook.com/realculturepit, Instagram @realculturepit. So just like our pages, follow us, and of course, here on our official YouTube channel, Culture Pit Philippines. And yeah, we will see you guys on the next episode of the Buckle Bomb Podcast. So thank you guys so very much for hanging out with us tonight. We really, really, really appreciate and love each and every one of you. And we will see you guys again on the next episode of the After Dark Podcast. Until then, these are your boys, Paolo, Seb, Gab, and Bon. I don't know where they are now. But we will see you again very soon. Until then, everyone, please stay safe. We still have a pandemic in our midst. Stay home. And of course, stay tuned. And as usual, stay cultured.